Hello and welcome to Oh the Horror. I'm Fedora, and tonight is part 4 of our Full Moonathon. The full... You'll get yours. Alright, now tonight I'd like to talk about one of my personal favourite full moon movies. A film overshadowed by the likes of Child's Play and Puppet Master, and stronger deserves its time in the light. The 1992 beginning to a franchise covered with blood and evil toys, pretty much called Demonic Toys.
Fun fact before I start, the screenplay for this movie was written by David S. Goyer. If that name isn't familiar to you, perhaps his work is. He's the guy who wrote the screenplays for the Dark Knight trilogy, Man of Steel, and the upcoming Batman vs. Superman and Justice League movies. Which could lead one to believe that this story was originally this toy who sounds like he swallowed a cactus, and this toy who had a Jesus complex will get into a fight over moralities, while a whole bunch of other toys who aren't even supposed to be in the movie will show up for meaningless cameos.
Oh, I'm so unfair.
So this movie starts in some kind of clock-happy fever dream, where two kids are playing, I don't know, bridge or some shit, with our movie's heroine, a policewoman named Judith, observing their game.
The later seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh! Were pretty weird.
The next night, during a stakeout at a local warehouse district, Judith is explaining her dream to her partner/fiancé. But then some more important issues get brought up.
Are you pregnant?
I found out this morning.
Well, that's great. I'm gonna be a dad.
Now let's not jump to conclusions. I'm sure he'll...
So in her rage, Judith chases after the two murderers, who attempt to hide in one of the nearby toy warehouses, being guarded by Big Jim Fulton here.
Irregular. Legs and breasts, none of that wing shit. And bring me plenty of honey for my fucking roll this time. You assholes always skimp on that. Now get off your fucking ass and bring me my food.
Got it.
Well, that's bullshit. I tried saying that to the wife one night for dinner. All I got was this.
Mr. Wayne? That cigarette in your mouth?
No. It's your dick.
Oh, burn? Back at the warehouse, Judith is still on the hunt for blood. Luckily, one of the murderers, who's already been shot, is leaving plenty of that lying around. And as a result, God arrives?
Hey, I thought he had to appear in that tortilla in Mexico.
No, it ain't God. Quite the opposite, in fact. And when the murderer's blood touches the floor within the light, several of the surrounding toys begin to come to life, including Baby Oopsie Daisy, Grizzly Teddy, Mr. Static, and last but not least, Jack Attack. Well, from the looks of him, I think we have Jack Attack here to thank for the movie's soundtrack. After that, the toys really go to town on this poor guy. Overseen by their master, this demon in the form of a kid called, well, the Kid. Who, if you recall, was one of the boys we saw in Judith's dream. Speaking of Judith, while this was going on, she's already found and cuffed up the second of the crooks, whose name is Lincoln, but is now unfortunately locked in the back room with him. So I guess the only one we have to rely on now is Big Jim.
Shit.
Well, he's done enough moving around for one day. Somebody get this guy some motherfucking chicken.
Right on time, the delivery guy arrives with Big Jim's order of cardiac arrest, and the two just sit around talking about chicken for a few minutes, before Judith lets off a few rounds to alert them of her being trapped, and they head off to investigate. They find Judith and Lincoln in the back room, and Big Jim heads back to his office to call the cops. But on the way, he's jumped by the toys.
Hi, you fat fuck. I'm baby Oopsie Daisy. You lord ass. Will you be my special friend?
What the hell?
I can walk, I can talk, I can even shit my pants.
Huh?
Can you shit your pants?
I certainly can, terrifying talking doll. In fact...
And Big Jim isn't blessed with a quick death either. His face is practically eaten off by Teddy and Jack Attack, while Oopsie Daisy... Oh! God damn it!
Well, I guess now this clip is far more fitting here than it was in Puppet Master 6.
Listen, baby, I don't care if he is a fat bastard. You don't give a man a shot in the pills. It's just not cricket.
Somebody want to tell me what the fuck is going on here?
It's the toys. Someone's inside the toys.
Thank you, Exposition Fairy.
My name's Anne.
Whatever.
She explains to the group that the toys have locked the warehouse down, meaning the only way out now is through the loading bay doors. But they need to get to Big Jim's office in order to open them. So Anne and the delivery boy, whose name is actually Mark, crawl into the ducts to get to the security office. Oh, right, these are movie world handcuffs. A strong breeze could pop them open. And hell, Judith doesn't have time to sit around and babysit Lincoln. As the kid suddenly appears to her and explains his insidious scheme. It seems he's tired of being a ghost and wishes for a real body.
I'm a real boy!
Namely that of Judith's unborn baby. But before that, he tells her of the last time he attempted such a possession, 66 years ago, and that it didn't go so well.
Oh, he's not going to make it.
Trick or treat.
Would you like something better than candy?
Yeah.
That way, he will grow big and strong, and, when he's ready, he will find a little baby to grow inside of.
Thank you.
Did she just dump a demon's corpse in our bag? Just be happy it's not fruit. Once story time is concluded, Mark and Anne reach the security office, only to find that the toys have already trashed it.
Just realised we pretty much know what's going on now, right? We know that the kid is a demon who's using the blood of his victims in order to get stronger so he can take over Judith's baby. We know all this. So this pretty much makes Anne's character superfluous. Oh. Oh damn, this movie is violent. And it pretty much suffers from the same problem as Puppet Master 4 that I mentioned. I mean, these things are like this tall. I mean, it can't be that hard to just bat them away, right?
Just goes to show you, Fedora, you don't need size to win your battles, brother. All you really need is an image.
What the? How did you even get here?
Don't ask me, brother. We're inside your head, remember?
Well, that just happened.
Mark manages to save himself by getting hold of a shotgun and blowing Jack Attack's head off. But before he can do the same to Oopsie Daisy, the evil baby doll does a runner. Back over with Judith, she wakes up to find that Lincoln has escaped his cartoon handcuffs, and he quickly jumps Mark and steals his shotgun.
Oh shit, so now we have evil toys and a gun-wielding psycho? Things are getting tense! Oh.
Just when things were getting interesting.
Where's Anne?
Dead. She got nailed in the office.
Hey, things aren't horrific enough that we can't shoot off a few puns, am I right? Before they have a chance to plan their next move, Judith and Mark are suddenly attacked by not just the demonic toys, but every freaking toy in the warehouse! Oopsie Daisy and Mr. Static are destroyed in the ensuing fight, leaving Grizzly Teddy to, well...
Magic wand! Make my monster grow!
Giant Teddy throws Mark aside and chases Judith into a back room. With all hope seemingly lost and Judith considering killing herself to foil the kid's plans, a strange little nutcracker soldier suddenly enters the room, motioning Judith to follow him. But before she can escape, the kid appears in the form of her fiancé to stop her.
You know I only have eyes for you.
Relax, I'm sure she just fainted over the romance in that statement.
And he has a few more heartwarming one-liners up his sleeve too.
First I'm gonna crawl on top of you and do the nasty. Then I'll be inside your womb.
That's nice. Well then.
I'm going to eat the soul of your baby and take his shell for my own. Then I'll induce labor. Before the night is through, I'll be born in a human body.
Okay, good. Well...
Such a pretty mother you're going to make. Don't worry your pretty little head, it'll all be over soon. I've waited 66 years for this.
You know, you certainly talk a lot for someone who's been waiting 66 years for this. A lot of talk, but not much action. Are you,
Is everything, alright downstairs, Just...
Trust me, dude, I really don't think she's in the right mind frame to make fun of your tiny penis. Luckily, it's good news all around, as that nutcracker soldier, who it seems contains the soul of Judith's baby, appears again just in time to save her. And Mark manages to take out Giant Teddy with his car. So the final epic battle begins between the two children, before Judith stabs the kid through the chest, banishing him back to hell. So after the final farewell to her son's spirit until the day of his birth, this movie comes to an end with a haunting wave goodbye.
And that was Demonic Toys.
While not containing the level of visuals or popularity of Puppet Master, this movie is still a very good watch. It's dark and disturbing, but still has enough of a cheese factor to get a giggle out of you too. The acting for the most part is pretty good, especially with our two lead actors. It has very enjoyable villains, pretty decent visuals of its own. But despite all this, Demonic Toys after this only ever got 2 appearances in a couple of crossover movies, and a hugely belated sequel in 2010. Nowhere near the production level of many other Full Moon franchises. And that just seems sad to me, because this really deserved more attention in my opinion.
And that's it from me for tonight. So, I'm Fedora.
Fedora! Just come here, Fedora. All I want to do is talk, I swear.
What do you want?
I know what you're doing. This whole positive energy through reviews thing. Look, it really isn't going to work, dude. There's no way you're going to get this done before I manage to get through this door.
Yeah. You know what? The fact that you're saying this just proves that it is working. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to get my body back.
Listen, you little shit. I'm going to get in there. And when I do, I'm going to tear you to fucking pieces, slowly, so I can hear you scream in every single pitch!
got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road